Top of the morning, Pulaa's Peace Saints. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified. So, for the past couple of days, we've been talking about the 6 upside-down principles for success by Pulaa Montz. And so far, we've covered 4. So, today we're talking about the 5th principle. And just to recap the ones that we've done already, we said number 1 was decide who you are. Number 2 was reality is overrated. Number 3, we said forget motivation to get ahead. Number 4, we said stop planning. Number 5, which is what we're talking about today, is success takes a minute. You know what? Before you shut off the video and you say I'm talking nonsense, please hear me out up until the end of the video. Then you can decide whether I'm going crazy or not, right? You know, what I used to think success was when you eventually achieve the things that you're hoping for, your dreams and goals, right? That day when you're walking across the stage to get your qualification, graduation day, I would say if you are studying, that would be your day of success. I would think if you've been chasing your contract, that chasing has got nothing to do with success. I mean, it never used to have anything to do with my definition of success. The success would be the day of signing the contract. So I always thought that success was when you're achieving the big dream. But you know what? I've realized that actually that had been a limiting factor for me because I didn't understand that my day-to-day activities, minute-by-minute activities could actually set me up for success. I never took care of the minutes ever. I mean, I've always been saying that I wanted to develop an exercise routine. But you know, when I had started at some point when I was working, but then I started working in July 2017. And because I was driving to Sandton and back every weekday, I would leave between 5 and 5:15 in the morning, and then I would come back anything between 7:30 and 8 o'clock at night. So I believed I just did not have the time to exercise because for me, I knew that I needed an hour to get a good amount of exercise. The fact that I could exercise 10 minutes and call it exercise, it just didn't make sense to me. So I never used to see minutes as anything to go by or to work with if I needed to start a certain habit. But it was when I started hearing Teresa Bell saying, take care. Okay, Teresa Bell 4, she is married. Take care of the pockets of time that you have throughout the day. Notice them and do something with those. That I started internalizing that message. I started looking within when I heard John Maxwell saying, success is what you do on a daily basis. I mean, that definition just shifted a whole load off my shoulders. It really boosted my confidence. It really helped me see that I could actually achieve the things that I've always wanted to achieve. I mean, understanding that every day when I choose an apple instead of tin roof ice cream, that it would make a difference on my waistline. I mean, it's things that you know, but it's not something that really I took cognizance of. I thought to myself, if I wanted to lose weight, I needed to say, I'm at 65 right now. I need to go down to 62 kgs. How I get there, the day-to-day activities was never part of the plan, or the minute-by-minute activities was never part of the plan. I thought to myself, if I can have an hour of exercise in a day, then I'll be able to lose the weight. I didn't realize that if I didn't have an hour, I could start using the 10 minutes that I had to build myself, to build my energy, and to build my motivation towards getting that eventually hour that I was looking for. So what am I saying? Sometimes we tend to look for the hours that we don't have in order to start something. And what I've learned is that, you know what? A little tiny move, like a tortoise type of move, a snail type of move, will get you somewhere. Unlike sitting down and waiting for a huge jump, a huge leap that you cannot get at that point when you are thinking about a certain habit that you want to start. If you want to start studying, or if you want to start reading books, it's not about reading a chapter a day that will get you into the habit of reading. What will get you into a habit of reading is taking time every single day and reading. Even if you take 5 minutes each day, you set your alarm clock, I'm going to read just 5 minutes a day, you'll eventually see that your interest in that book will start growing. The next day you'll give it 10 minutes, the alarm will go off you and you'll say, okay, let me snooze 5 more minutes. If I can just get 5 more minutes of this book, I mean, I'm learning so much. And that's how you build yourself to an hour, to a book a week, or to a book in 3 days, whatever your goal is. So it is taking care of the minutes. Sometimes you're a mother, you want to start studying, but you feel that you can't do three modules because of work and kids, and sometimes maybe you're even married or you've got a partner, so you are staying together. All these responsibilities that you have will not allow you to do 3 modules at a time. I say do a module at a time. Build your momentum in studying, because it is difficult to start studying, especially when you've started working and you've got all these responsibilities. So it can be overwhelming. So when you start with 1 module. The more you get used to setting aside time to study, then you will be confident enough in, say, year 2 and 3 to now start taking more than 1 modules per semester or per year. So taking care of the minutes that you have will eventually build up to the goal that you have. For me, right now, I've got a goal to read 20 minutes a day, right? Because my ultimate goal is to read 12 books by the 31st of December. So every single day when my day is packed, I know that the least that I should be doing in order for me to be working towards the December goal is to read at least 20 minutes. If I can just read 20 minutes in a day, then I'm fine. I can continue doing the other things that I need to do. But if there's a day where I've got more time, then I read for an hour. I read an hour, 30 minutes, just to push my goal and just to learn a lot more from the books that I'm reading. So what am I saying? I am definitely sure that you do have 10 minutes that you can use to start a habit that you've always wanted to start, but you thought you needed an hour, you thought you needed 2 hours to work on that project. I'm telling you, if you start with the 5 minutes a day that you can get, eventually, the more you start seeing your project come to life, the more time you'll start making. Because you know what? I've heard that what gets scheduled gets done. So if it's not in your diary, you will never ever do it. So if you start with 5 minutes in your diary, you will move towards the dreams and goals that you have set for your life. So what is it that you've been wanting to do and thinking you needed hours and hours in order to start it? Think about it, and I'm telling you, if you use the 5 minutes that you have before you go to bed to read that book, to research that new career that you're interested in, or to research that new product that you're wanting to sell, you will see that you'll start making progress. You will see that you'll start getting excited to go to bed earlier because you're wanting to know more about the project that you're working on. So I am Pulaa Montz, and I'm telling you, the whole lot of things that I started doing was when I realized that I could start just with the 10 minutes that I have every day, and you too can do it. So what am I saying? Success really takes a minute. I am Pulaa Montz, your inner voice magnified.